and smile, 'cause it's been a while. It's been like a whole day since I stopped, so you could hold me. With this child away, strong in the faith. Lord, you are the refuge that I can't wait to get to, 'cause I can't let a day go, can't let a day go. There's something about the way your sun shines on my face.
Y'all play too
It's a
much.
love so
You got
true,
another
can
message
never get
from
you.
you right around here. So, like, maybe
This feeling can't be
praise God, too.
worship on, take me away. It's a beautiful day.
Yes. Sorry about that, y'all. We have another guest in here. Fly.
He's unwanted.
Welcome to Face to Face with Gerald and Regina. It's a beautiful day.
It is. It's a great
And
day.
we are excited. Welcome to Face with Gerald and Regina, where we give a different perspective on real life issues
Yes.
with transparency. In other words, we keep it raw and we talk about stuff that are taboo.
That's right.
But before, I'm so excited. Before we get into everything else, if you would like, do you need exposure? So I'm going to get into that. Do you need exposure?
Yes. Do you need exposure? Listen, check this out. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till whenever. We're here to help you. We're not here to take no money away from you or anything like that. We're here to push your brand forward, to try to help you make some money. You have a ministry. You have a book. You're a realtor. You're a critic, some consultant. You have whatever it is that you have a story that you want to tell, or either more or less, you would like to be a guest on the show. We're here to help you with that. If that's something that you would like to do, I'm not going to give you my email address anymore because I've been getting some funny emails.
Oh, okay.
So we're not doing that.
Okay. You
So-
telling me that now. Okay, that's good.
So,
'Cause I'll sure
but I
check
said,
it
but
out.
send us an inbox message. Send us an inbox message, and we will definitely get you going with your story, your ministry, your business, or whatever it is that you want to get out to the world, and you just want somebody to know more about what you got going on. All right?
All right. And when he says to inbox us, if you can go on our face-to-face page on Face to Face with Gerald Regina, just inbox us. And I'm not going to give you his email, but we do have an email, facepodcast21@gmail.com. So again, if you have a story, if you have a topic that you would like to discuss, please inbox us. Again, excited. And we have two beauties with us today.
Two young ladies.
Two young ladies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it into the hands of Gerald, and he will introduce the ladies that are here today.
So, I would introduce these young ladies, but as smart as they is and as intelligent as they are, I think I'm just gonna let them introduce themselves. All right? How about that? Go ahead, Sharonda.
Okay, yes. Thank you for tuning in to Face. I'm excited. It's a beautiful day to be here with Regina and Gerald, and we're just honored, me and Nikki, to be a part of this a beautiful day. I'll
Yes.
just go introduce myself. I am Sharonda Reeves Smith, the owner, founder of Connect Credit Consultants. I am the credit coach, the credit guru, the credit specialist, the credit GOAT, the credit
what I'm
analyzer,
talking about.
whatever credit name you want to put behind it, that's me. And so I pretty much specialize in helping first-time home buyers, helping anybody that has bad credit, challenged credit, poor credit, even good credit. I can get you to excellent credit. And so we're here today to just give you some education, give you some tips, give you steps to unlock the keys to home ownership. And with me, I have my connected partner, real estate agent, Nikki, who has been with me since I first started in this industry.
And-
So we...
And a client.
And a client.
Hey, it's and a client.
And
That's
she's
what's
a
up, for
client,
real.
And she is in the 700 Club. So, yes. So it can be done. It's simple. People think it's
Ooh, that's what I'm working
it's
for.
simple.
700.
It's simple. It's
Really?
simple. It
Well, I
just
wanna-
take
I'll give you.
the right support, the partnership, the right people, the right resources to get you there. And like I say, this is an example, a real estate agent who I partner with, and she got it done. So I'm here to let her share her story and introduce herself and
Okay.
And
Well, my
go from
name
there.
is Nikki Island. I've been a realtor for about 16 years. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm not only a realtor, I'm also a property manager. So I've been in real estate for about 16 years total. I enjoy helping families. I work with a lot of first-time buyers. I work with investors. I work for even individuals just looking to build their own portfolio. So I'm very passionate about real estate. I've been doing it for quite a while, and I look forward to just helping and assisting and answering any questions that people may have.
Now, let me say this before we move forward. Come a little closer to the camera. For all of y'all that's out there that like to do business with black folks, now let me help you understand something. Black business don't mean cheap or free. I just want to put
say
that
that
out
again.
there.
Say it
It
again.
don't mean cheap, free, or the hookup. You see what I'm saying? All right. I just want to put that out there because I'm a business owner as well, and a lot of people they think just because I'm a
So
business
am I.
owner because they know me,
They can come to you.
you can
and
get the
your
hookup.
Yes.
Yeah,
When you go to Walmart, you don't ask them.
Right.
When you go
right.
to Chick-fil-A,
That is correct.
Yeah,
you don't ask them.
Yes.
Correct.
So,
correct.
What's
Yes.
the
And
difference?
you sure don't ask Billy Bob.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't. So,
David.
and I said, and another thing before we move to the topic, y'all, I just want to put this out there now. Sharonda didn't say it, but I think I've been knowing Sharonda all my life. I've been knowing Sharonda probably all my life since I was probably about 10 years old.
Wow.
I've been knowing Sharonda for a very, very long time. We went to church together. We went to church together when we was kids. But yeah, I've been knowing Sharonda for a very, very long time. Very long time. So now we're gonna get right into this topic.
So the topic, because I forgot to say it, is Credit 101, the key to unlocking your dream home. So it's Credit 101, unlock the key to unlocking your dream your dream home. So I'm gonna let you have the floor.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Sharonda. So tell me this because I've heard you say this a couple of times about this good credit or sexy credit stuff. Tell me
Okay.
something about that.
Okay, so sexy. When you think of sexy, you think of credit. How do you tie the two, a combination? So what do we mean by that? And it's simple. Sexy, good credit gives you confidence in financial decisions.
Okay.
So I'll elaborate on some of the attractive words or to signify sexy when we mean by that. What is good sexy credit?
Yeah.
What comes to mind when you think of credit as being sexy? We think of you being reliable. It's trustworthy. It's power. You think of excellent, strong, security,
Yes.
confident. You're qualified.
Yes.
You empowered, dependable. So pretty much good credit is sexy because it unlocks the key to overall lifestyle,
Exactly.
where it's owning a home, purchasing a car, generation wealth. It's attractive. And sometimes
very.
it's not about the number, the 700 credit score, 800 credit score. What's behind that? What makes that 700 credit score attractive?
Yeah.
So we dig deep into when we say sexy, credit is sexy. Yes. So behind that is the responsibility, the dependability, trustworthy. You're attractive. So when you got a good credit score, then those qualifications comes with it, and it is very attractive. It's more than just the physical part about it. Much more than a number, it's what's within. It brings out your characteristic as having sexy, excellent, good credit.
You want to elaborate on that?
Oh, no, I definitely agree with what she's saying. And I'm not just talking from a realtor. I'm actually talking from, like, her client.
Exactly.
You know, because once I ended up getting into her program and my credit went from a 500 to the 700s, like, my whole thinking changed. The whole, the way I was carrying myself, the way I was guarding my credit, my decisions that I was making, like, it was a whole game changer. Like, I've never had that happen. Like when I joined, I was just like, well, let me just try it out just to see if it's really the truth. But
Yeah.
it really
truth.
is. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
game changing. So
Yeah.
basically, like you said, it's a sexy feeling. So
It's a
Yeah.
great feeling.
Yes.
It's just for me as a man, it's just a great feeling when you know you got your stuff together.
Right.
Exactly.
When you know you got your stuff together.
Correct.
When I think about when you say good credit is sexy, that's what I think
That's
about.
yes.
A man or a woman, you got your stuff together.
You got
Correct.
You got your stuff
correct.
together.
Correct.
Now, for me, I'm gonna go a little bit further. When you got your stuff together, you nice looking man or a woman, you handsome, you cute, and I
cute.
said, but then,
Physical.
then I said the physical part, but then when you got that credit together,
Yeah, that's
you got
sexy.
a house,
Say
and you
one.
got you
Yes.
got you got other nice materialistic things, and then up here,
Right.
your mental state is where it need to be.
Correct.
Man, that's attractive.
That's attractive.
That is
Yes.
very attractive
Yes.
for a man
Yes.
or a woman. And I mean, and those are a lot of things that I think a lot of times, and I know that's not the topic or we'll be talking about single people, they don't get that part. They don't get that part. Or they don't understand it.
Correct.
Or else sometimes people will think that, oh, my physical appearance, that's enough.
That's enough.
Baby, that ain't enough.
Yeah.
all.
What's behind,
At
what's
all.
behind that? Yeah.
What else
lies
you got?
behind?
not in
Yes.
2024. It's not enough.
That's not enough. That's not enough. You got some questions? Go ahead.
That's only gonna take
Yeah,
you so far.
so thank you so much for that. So what are the steps? If someone came to you right now and said, "Hey, I need to fix my credit," so what would you? I mean, I know you can't get everything away, but what
Right.
would you start with?
First, we would start with just a basic general conversation, going back to your history, because most, a lot of people don't even monitor their credit or even know their score.
Yes.
And so, basically, I just try to have a conversation, verbal conversation. What's your score? So I don't know. When was the last time you checked it? I don't know. And that is not good because you could be identity fraud. I mean,
Yeah.
anything can be on there that you don't know of. You want to know your credit. You want to know the score. You want to know what's on it. So I try to pinpoint, ask them, start out with just a basic general conversation about your history, your credit score, a little bit about the history of your credit, negative, positive, while you're working on your credit. So it basically stems out as a general conversation trying to see your history and past and your goal. And then from there, if you don't know the score, if you don't know what's on there, then we have to access that credit score. So it's a general, either a pull from either a lender's perspective. If I have a connection, so we'll, reach out to a lender and do like a pre-screening or pre-approval soft pull, or I have you sign up with one of my preferred credit monitoring services that I can sit down, we'll discuss it, pull your scores, review your credit profile. That's the first step. No Credit Karma. It's and we're going so we won't use Credit Karma because it's not accurate, or some of the other sites out there, it's not accurate, and we need all three scores to be able to pull your score, your profile, and we go from there. We walk it through, basically your whole profile, going through that process. And when we move through that, we discuss it, we come up with a plan of action, and then that's when I pretty much go from there, is going from the individualized plan of action, trying to improve your credit score, both personal and on the negative side. So it's just analyzing your whole credit profile, and it starts with that. And then from there is when you decide to, go into the credit repair process itself, which is my program. But that's how we start. We start from that profile,
Okay.
and then we move from the action plan, and then after that is the credit repair process of repair and restoring the positive, the negative, rebuilding.
That's good
So
stuff.
it's just not the score. It has to be in detail analyzing and assessment of your credit profile. So then we look at the 5 parts of the 5 factors of the credit score. So the 5 factors. We look at the payment history, which is 35% of that score. 30% is the credit utilization. So I'm analyzing that. Payment history. I'm analyzing your credit utilization. Make sure your utilization is where it needs to be. And then we moving toward the length of your credit. We're looking at the inquiries. We're looking at the amount of credit that you apply for. So I'm looking at all 5 parts of your credit score when we're looking at that to look to see which areas that we need to focus on together. So it might be 35% your late payment history. So we need to work on that part of the factor of the credit score. Or it might be utilization, which 95% of our clientele is suffering right now with utilization. Credit card debt is just one of the key factors right now that is preventing my home buyers from purchasing homes, that debt management, utilization, and making on-time payments. So I look at the areas that we need to focus on together, and then we come up with a plan of action from that. So it's basically simple. It's just analyzing the credit score and doing an individual action plan, and we move from there.
That's real good. That's real good. You got another question?
And I was because I'm thinking of my son. My son is a senior in high school. No debt. At what age should, like he's 18 right now, should he be looking at his credit score now? Like at what age?
Age. It should start in elementary, if you ask me.
Okay.
Financial literacy, I was not taught. I
Yes.
did not learn credit until I was mid-40s, almost 40.
Really?
So we were
Wow.
thinking cash money. Until you start getting
That's
up
me.
in age
That's
in
me.
your 40s and you want a house and you want generation and
Yeah.
you want to save. I mean, you want stuff and it doesn't, cash is not,
Yeah.
you can't get a house with cash. I mean, you can, but
Right.
in the realistic
real
world,
world, yeah.
you need credit. So I think it starts in elementary.
Okay.
They don't touch enough on credit and financial literacy to later, maybe junior high, high school. But I think it should be taught in elementary because by the time you're 18, you can have a 700 credit score.
Really?
Because your parents can add you as authorized users onto their credit cards. Or they can start teaching them how to be responsible, get them a credit card.
Wow.
They have credit
That's
cards
right.
now where you can get them a credit card. My son, my 11-year-old, has a credit card. But I'm still working on him how to utilize that because he's, Mom, can you put some money on my credit card? And
No, man.
So I'm
No.
teaching him, no,
Yeah.
we're going to put
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
You have some.
Yeah.
So it starts early,
And that's why
teaching
I
them the
asked.
responsibility of
Because
finances.
With my son, I gave him, it was a debit card though, when he was a freshman. But I had to sit down and talk to him. It's like, hey, I would get, be honest, I would get the child support payments. I would give him a certain amount, put it on there. And he did pretty good. Pretty frugal with his money. Of course, with my money, he going to spend it.
Right.
But with his money.
Right.
But so I started with the debit card
Correct.
as a freshman. And then had to tell him, hey, you got to make sure, if it gets lost, and I was able to monitor it because they have it with the parent controls where you can
Right,
monitor
when you
it.
can, it's linked to you.
And he did pretty good. Yeah.
Yes,
Still
yes.
doing
So
pretty- and still doing
so-
pretty good.
Good. So by the time they graduate college, they'll be ready 700 credit score. They can go buy a home. Then, so I'd say you should start as early as elementary. Teaching them.
I like that. Yeah.
So, Ms.
Yeah.
Nikki, how can someone get in touch with you if they want to do business with you?
Okay, well, you can get in contact with me. I'm on Instagram, Nikki_ is my realtor. You can also email me, Nikki_ is my realtor at yahoo.com. Or you can call my business line at 214-560-1008.
Okay. How can they get in touch with you, Ms. Sharonda?
You can get in touch with me at connectcreditconsultants.com is the website. The email address is info@connectcreditconsultants.com. My 1-800 number is 1-800-988-8981. And I'm on Facebook, Sharonda Reeves Smith. And on Instagram, connect_credit.
Cool. So don't call them at 3 o'clock in the morning breathing hard. Don't. At 3 o'clock in the morning breathing hard. Don't do that.
Yes.
You
Do
laugh.
not.
We
Laughing,
get it.
but they
We
will
get
do
it. I get a midnight call when my score went down or up. I get a 6 a.m. call with, yay, I'm
You
at
couldn't
700. No, I couldn't wait it. I wouldn't be able to wait either. If I went from a 5 to a 700.
So what?
That's
So
something to praise
Miss Nikki,
about.
like, what are some of the things that
an individual can to start working towards if they want to buy a house?
Well, basically, it's kind of to piggyback on what she said. Like when they reach out to me, people normally reach out to me, even if they don't have their credit in line or they're not for sure. I speak with them, I talk to them, and if they're not for sure, I send them immediately over to credit consultant. I send them to her.
Okay.
I don't even reach out to her. I basically give them the information. Like if she's running specials, like I have people in my phone now that maybe haven't signed up, but they're saying that they will. So I send them screenshots of whatever special she's running that month. Like, hey, you
Gotcha.
definitely need to get into it. You need to make sure you reach out to her. She's running this special because it's so affordable, you know.
Yes, it
So
is.
I didn't want to say
appreciate-
that, but
yes,
it is.
It's
It is.
very,
It's
it's
very
very
affordable.
I see
affordable.
one of
Like,
the flyers. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm
oh.
trying
you guys,
to
like,
get
I
away
get
from
very,
that.
I'm very
The Lord
passionate
won't
about
let
it.
me.
Like, I am so passionate about
Yeah.
it, I guess, because I actually went through her program. So I'm very passionate about
So
it.
you just wake up
I
doing it.
send screenshots to people, letting them know, hey, I need you to join. Even my clients that have reached out to me for rental homes. So I help them find a rental home, and I say, hey, you may can stay here for a year or two, but after that year or two, we got to get you on. Let's
Yeah.
get your credit where it needs to be. And that way, after your lease is up, you can get ready to buy your home. So I start there with them with their credit, you know, making sure that that's in order. And if it's in order, then I send them on over to a lender. But if it's not in order, then I definitely send them directly to her. I give them her contact information, I screenshot it and send them on.
So if they got a 300 credit score, there ain't nothing you can do with
No,
that.
they need to call Sharonda.
It's a no, baby. You need to get
Yeah,
on
baby,
there
I
with
need you to call
Sharonda.
Sharonda.
And
You
And,
heard
and
me.
stay with her for a couple
Go
of months.
directly.
Yes.
Just go directly. Ain't nothing I can do
Yes,
for you,
I
baby.
send them
Yeah.
right
I don't care what
on.
type of
I
money you
do.
got.
And sometimes they're not in their financial
Yeah.
financial, stage
Yeah.
where they can. So that's why I make sure to follow up with them like every month or
That's
so,
good.
sending
Yeah.
them whatever specials
Yeah.
or promotions that she's running at that time. Or I had one example, a client was telling me, well, me and my girl, we trying to get into her program, and right now we don't have a 600. Okay, well you got 300, so one of y'all get in the program now, and then when you're
Yeah.
able to build it up,
Exactly.
the next the next month, then the other one can get into the program. But don't wait, like.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Yeah, I can
I
relate
definitely
to
send
that.
them on
I'm
over to
very
her.
affordable,
Yes.
and I'm willing to work with somebody who's really serious in trying to build your credit. So it just don't sit back and think, oh, I can't afford it. But reach out to me and see how we can work it out. I'm that type of passionate to where I'm all about helping affordable and providing quality professional services.
That's
so if you think you can do it, make it, call me. Let's talk about it. Let's come
That's
up with a
good.
plan of action so I can help you get there. A lot of times clients call me like, I feel so much better after talking to you because I just thought it was just going to be years and years of fixing my credit. But, once I talked to you, you made me feel confident and trust, and I believe I can do it. And I'm like, yes, you can.
Yeah,
And it's not
yeah.
that hard.
Yeah.
You just have to, just
Yeah.
take that first step to reach out to like Nikki or myself, and don't sit back and wait on it because you could be closer than what you think. And it just takes somebody to, look at it and go from there. So basically, like she said, clients might come to her, she sent them to me, or they might come from a loan officer because I'm connected with several agents and loan officers. So a lot of times they're just going to ask you what's your score, like Miss Nikki said. And then if the score is 5, whatever, then they're going to either send you to me or the lender, because the lender, the loan officer, I'm sorry, can do a better perspective in detail as just much more than a credit score, because it's not just the credit score. It could be DTI or other factors that's within the credit score that the loan officer needs to address as well. So a lot of times when I get clients from mortgage loan officers, they've already analyzed it and they can pretty much tell me to, this is what we need to do. So we collaborate, and I'm closely connected with mortgage loan officers throughout the process because that's the the smoothest way or the less stressful way to get through the home buying process is staying connected with your support team, like your agent. When I was going through my 6 years ago when I bought my first home, I called my agent every month. I was letting her know my credit is this, my credit is that. Can we start looking at houses and locations? I'm at this number. And then I I would stay connected with my loan officer. She pretty much, that's how I repaired my credit 6 years ago in 6 months. I was at a 524. And I got 6 months, I was at a 640. But I stayed connected with my agent. I stayed connected with my loan officer. So it's ways you just stay connected with your support or your team, which makes it the potential of your dream ownership a lot smoother and less stressful. And that's pretty much,
Got it. So how can they get in touch with you again?
Again, connectcreditconsultants.com, info@connectcreditconsultants.com, 1-800-988-8981. Sharonda Reeves Smith on Facebook, _credit Instagram.
What about you, Miss Nikki?
On Facebook, it's Nikki Island. On Instagram, it's Nikki_is_my-realtor. Or you can email me at Nikki_is_my-realtor@yahoo.com. Or you can call me at 214-560-1008.
So, I'm gonna pull out of it. I'm gonna let you. So, what are some of the things that when they actually like contact y'all? What are some of the things that they absolutely need to just ask you first?
I would say you can ask me first. You can basically, like you say, starting with your credit. We start there. I need to know their goals or their time frame. How soon are you looking to purchase a home? Are you looking to rent a home? Because even nowadays, even renting a home, you have to have a decent credit score.
Yeah.
A lot of times now it's over 630. They want you to at least have 630s. I've ran into rental homes where they want you to have a 700, where you're like, okay, well, if I got to have a 700, I might as well purchase a home.
Right.
So I have
Are these
exactly so.
luxury?
No, these are just regular.
Whoa.
Like the stakes are very high now when it comes to credit and getting into a
Probably trying to
home.
ring
You know,
out some of the
exactly.
trying to ring out,
People
with
paying their
700.
rent. They want to
Right.
make sure that people are able
Yeah.
to pay their rent. So credit
I can
plays
see
a
that.
very large role in it. So basically, I ask them if they're looking to purchase a home, if they're looking to rent a home, and what time frame. We go over their credit. I'd have to ask them if they have any evictions. Do they owe any apartment communities? Owe any housing? And we just go from there. But that's where we started. I asked them those type of questions. Their budget, what price range you want to be in. You know, are you trying to move before the holidays? Do you want to move for the summertime? So it just depends on a lot of things, but I'm definitely able to assist them.
So, are you able to help somebody if they're in another state?
Oh, yes. I can definitely assist people that's in
Okay.
another state. So, mind you, if you're looking to move here or even if you're looking to purchase a home here or if you're looking to rent a home here, I normally do a lot of the leg work. As
Okay.
far as going to go tour, I do virtual tours. I FaceTime them, as long as they're serious about
Yeah.
moving, and
Yeah.
in which I do the background and everything to make sure that you're serious about moving. But yeah, I help people out of state, renting homes or looking to purchase homes. That's not an issue.
Okay. What about you, Sharon?
Okay, so when I get a call, the first thing I'm gonna ask them is, do you know your credit score? When was the last time you checked your credit profile? And then we go from there. And also, are you
Oh, no, you
financially stable to do the credit repair program? Because it might require you rebuilding. So you might have to rebuild. You have to have be financially stable or funds to rebuild. I asked them, do they have savings? Or have you start saving up for for your home? I asked them the time frames of your goals. So pretty much it's your mindset, your goals. Are you financially stable to do credit repair? Because it requires rebuilding, and you have to have funds to rebuild. And then your mindset. Where are you? Because credit repair is not an overnight process. So, it takes patience. So basically, that's it. And I do help clients in other states as well. So I have clients in all over Mississippi, California, Alabama.
Okay.
So pretty much that's what I do. Some of the questions are your goals. We start with your goals, your history, your financial history, your goals, your challenges that you may face throughout the program. And then, are you financially ready and mindset ready to go through a program? And a lot of times the first some of the questions is how soon or how fast could I get to a 700, or how fast could I get to a 620, and that's what I. Not even looking at your credit score or profile. So it just depends, because you may be very close. You could be purchasing a home within a month, just looking at the credit profile and cleaning it up, or paying on utilization. Or it could take you years, because if you have bankruptcies, you might have to wait 2 years. If you have consistent late payments, it might take you a year or two. So it just depends on, the questions I ask to determine how long the time frame it's going to get for you from your credit score to the goal that you're trying to obtain. And the time frame, it just varies. So it just goes off your profile and your score.
Okay. That's some good stuff.
That's some good stuff.
It is.
Call in 469-708-8609 if you have any questions. We have Sharonda, right? Sharonda and Nikki here. Credit and then Realtor. If you have any questions, please call in again, 469-708-8609. If you're just joining us, because I wrote it down, you know how. The topic is Credit 101, the key to unlocking your dream home, and we are getting some good information. I did bring my pen, but I'm making a mental note right now. So you are really, really helping, I know, both of us. So if you have any questions, call in 469-708-8609. I have a whole bunch of questions. Do you have any classes on like training others to do credit repair, or
not at this current moment?
Okay.
But I've had several people reach out that's wanting me to do classes. I've done some in the past, so that is one of my goals. Right now, I'm just doing seminars, workshops, webinars, getting more in the community, trying to educate, our people that way. But I am going to start back doing some credit courses, because I've had a lot of people reach out.
So that's something that I see. So that's why I thought I'd ask.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also for churches, do you go into churches? Do you hold? I'm gonna say it, okay?
That is also
church
on
folks
my vision.
Church folks want to know.
Yes. I've had several churches reached out and asked me would I be interested. Yes, I will. It's just that we hadn't followed through that process. So I am available. Churches, minister, spouse. I would love.
So
to.
how can they get in contact with y'all again for y'all services?
I can be reached at Nikki _ is my realtor on Instagram or Facebook. I can be reached at Nikki Island. My cell phone number is 214-560-1008. And I can also be reached at email, Nikki _ is my realtor at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Me, again, Sharonda Reeve Smith, ConnectCreditConsultants.com. info@connectcreditconsultants.com. Instagram is connect_credit at 1-800-988-8981.
Gotcha.
All right.
And the phone lines are open, y'all. If y'all do want to call in and ask them any questions, I think they're pretty much ready to answer questions. If y'all want to ask questions, they open to it. And I get it, and I understand some stuff y'all can't, talk about over the air. I get it. Let me ask you this question: How are y'all when people come to y'all? Because sometimes you have to ask people Social Security numbers. How do people kind of trip about that, or?
I don't. In my process as your realtor, I don't get too much of your personal information. Even when I'm on the email with your lender or the loan officer, when I'm on that email and you have to respond back or you have to fill out your application, I tell them don't include me. Like if you have to send them any of your personal information, do not include me on that. I only need your pre-approval stating how much you have been approved for so we can start the process of searching for a home. But no, I let them know that no, I don't need any personal information, from you in order to be your realtor or to assist you.
Gotcha. I said that's good. Go ahead, Ms. Sharonda.
Okay, with me, yes, I would need to have access to the SSN number, the Social Security number, for several reasons. One, we have to indeed identify you, because sometimes on your credit profile, you might have mixed files. You might be a junior, you might be a senior. So we have to make sure that social is linked to you and nobody else. And then so pretty much I do need your social. And it is protected. I'm licensed, I'm bonded in the state of Texas. So any credit repair company, make sure they're licensed and bonded, because you are responsible and legally responsible for somebody's social. So I'm pretty much protected, secured, and pretty much that's it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's protected.
So what happens when you get to that point and you find out that somebody's pawpaw would done put something in their name? Because it happens. Somebody pawpaw put something in their name, and they done got a car, they done got a vehicle, or they done put stuff in their name, and now they want you to help get. They want you to help.
I think
they want you to help them get it off their credit. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be challenging, but that's why, again, we need the social.
Yeah.
So we have to get the actual social and the identification card itself. So when we're doing credit repair process, we have to have that. And it's challenging, but sometimes I might have to reach out to my legal representative. I'm connected with consumer rights attorney. So if it's to the point where I have problems, then I can pass you on to the resource, and they can, help you get that that resolved.
That's good.
Yeah, because
That's
Right.
good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Because some people, they have. Well, ain't no some people. Me, I'm the people. I'm the people. I ain't gonna say who I've had the problem with, but I have had that
Just be
problem in a
transparent.
situation before, and I'm like, why you do that? You didn't even have to do that.
Right.
At the time, I didn't have money like that, but now I'm like, man, I would have just gave it to you, man.
Right.
Take it. You ain't got to go get no car in my name.
Right.
You don't have to do that, but you did.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, in the meanwhile, have you ever had something like that happen to you, Miss Nikki, along the lines of that?
No, thank God I have not. I cannot relate, so no. But I do have a friend that she keeps her credit locked. She keeps her credit locked, and she keeps her kids' credit locked, so they can't. They're young adults, but she keeps their credit locked, so they can't make decisions without consulting her either. So
Gotcha.
she locks her stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can do a security freeze on it or lock it, and that prevents people from pulling it or have access to it. And when you need to apply for something, then you might have to release that information to that particular creditor or furnisher. And they'll reach out and ask if it's you, give you a code, and sometimes you might have to take that freeze off for like a house or something, and then you can put it back on shortly after you get what you want. But that's another way to protect your identity, is putting locks and freezes on your profiles.
And how do you go about doing that though? Do you call the credit bureau, or do you call like TransUnion? Do you call Experian? You just call them directly,
Or you can do it online.
Online,
You can go
okay.
online and do online each credit bureau. You can go online. You can go online and do that, or you can call them. Or send in a letter.
This is some
but
good
most of the time you can
information.
do it online.
This is some good information.
And you
It
know
is.
what? I know I'm probably gonna get somebody upset, but the reason why I asked you about the churches and having classes is, as a believer myself, sometimes we're like, we're just praying that God just wipe our credit away, and I'm like,
Great.
no,
No, dude.
no. He gives you the common sense, and I hate this common sense to. That's where you go in and you fix your credit,
Right.
because I hear that so many times, and sometimes it does happen, but it's like it requires faith, and faith without works is dead.
Right.
So you still have to go and fix your credit, because growing up in Holiness Church, getting in trouble, you hear that a lot.
Yeah.
God is just gonna wipe my credit. He gonna fix
Right.
my credit. And I'm
Baby,
like, nah,
you do
just
it.
need to- You just need to do it.
You
Right.
just need to do it.
You
Quit
need to take the
blaming.
initiative and
Quit
do it
blaming that on
yourself.
God.
Right,
That ain't his problem.
Yeah, some of that is your responsibility.
Yeah.
God didn't get you in that shape, that position.
Exactly.
So some of that, yes, yeah.
Exactly.
You're
The
right.
phone lines are still open, y'all. So if y'all want to call in, don't be scared. They ain't gonna bite. They ain't gonna say nothing crazy to you. They ain't gonna tell you, be quiet, don't ask me that. No, they not gonna do anything like that. They're here to help. They're here to help as well as we're here trying to help them as well. But nevertheless, how can they get in touch with y'all?
You can get in touch with me, Sharonda Reeve Smith, which is on Facebook, Instagram, connect_credit, www.connectcreditconsultants.com, info@connectcreditconsultants.com is the email, and the 1-800 number, 1-800-988-8981.
Facebook is Nikki Island. Instagram is Nikki_is my realtor. My email is Nikki_is my realtor @yahoo.com, or you can call me at 214-560-1008.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. You got something?
I'm trying to think. 'Cause
Y'all done pulled out a lot of
done
information.
put it-
Y'all done pulled out a lot of. Y'all done pulled out a lot
how
of
simple
information.
it is.
Y'all done
Simple,
pulled
yes,
out. But it's, I said,
yes,
but
it's simple.
you think it's that simple?
It's that simple.
How is
It's
it that
not hard.
simple?
It's just
It's for you.
that
It is.
simple.
I mean,
just people think it's hard. It's hard getting started, but once you get started,
once you get started, it's
once you got a plan and somebody to help you support it, it's simple. It
so would
is.
you recommend someone having a goal? If say for instance, if I'm coming to you, my credit score, well, Sharon, my credit score 300. Okay. Well, would you have I have a goal or something?
And
I need a
I'll
car.
tell you
I need a house, or I'm trying to help my kids do something, and whatever the case is.
Usually, when someone has a 300 or 400 credit score, it's not as bad as somebody with a 500 or 600, because usually when they have a 300 or 400, it's based off they don't have enough credit. It's rebuilding.
Yeah.
So I could take a person with a 400, and they could be at a 600 in literally 30, 60, 90 days.
Really?
90 days, because it's just adding. You're needing credit. You don't have. When the science says no credit is worse as bad credit. So a lot of times I already know if I see a 300 or 400, they don't have credit. So that's easy. We just rebuild.
So you
We
just don't
add.
have it.
You just don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that score is that low, you usually don't have it. Or you just went through like bankruptcies or repossessions or severe, credit loss. But if it's something just minor, but usually I've been doing this for 6 years, and I just see 300. I just look at the score and I'm like, they don't have enough credit.
Yeah.
Not enough credit.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody with a higher score,
Yeah.
they could be owning a home faster than somebody with a 600-700 credit, because just a 700 credit score don't mean you're going to own a home too, because it could be debt to income, DTI, could deny you.
What is DTI?
Debt to income ratio.
Okay, I went to South Oak Cliff High School, so I ain't that smart.
Debt
I'm
to
from
income
Oak
ratio.
Cliff, and I grew up on Overton and Marsalis. So I'm sorry. No, I'm
Debt
just playing.
income ratio. Yeah, and that's when you would go to a loan officer to kind of pinpoint the areas where you need to pay off some charge-offs, collections, some debt, to try to decrease that DTI. And then the DTI depends on what loan process or what loan type that you're getting for that particular percentage. So pretty much is paying off debt, paying off credit cards, or pretty much trying to decrease your debt to income, how much you got coming in versus how much you're paying out in your debt, your bills,
Right.
So you can have a 700 credit score and get denied if you got too much debt. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So a loan officer has to analyze it and help you with. Yes.
So when an individual comes to you, Miss Nikki, if do you ask, or some of the questions, because I've heard people say, how much house do you want? What does that mean?
Well, basically, you're asking them how much house do they want. Is basically asking them what price range you want to be in, or what do you want your mortgage amount to be. That's really where I stress that amount, because you can still get pre-approved for a certain amount, but that doesn't mean that you can afford that monthly mortgage amount. Or just because you get approved for $500,000, that don't mean you need to use that entire $500,000. You'll end up with a monthly mortgage amount just because on paper you can afford it, but that don't mean you can really afford it by paying that monthly mortgage amount. Yes. So I asked them that. Like, hey, make sure you let me know exactly how much you want to pay every month, and make sure you're letting your loan officer know, because people get this amount, or I got approved for $400,000, and they just be so happy, and they go looking for this house for $400,000. And
You can't
hold
afford
on,
it.
though,
Get in there, you
but this
understand?
is the thing, though. You don't even realize that you'll find this house, we'll put in an offer for it, we get the offer accepted and everything, and you may not know your mortgage amount if you don't ask your lender. You might not know that amount till maybe a week or two before closing.
Before closing, yeah.
And it's like too late to, and you thinking you're going to be paying, okay, in your mind, you're like, okay, well, I can afford about $2,500 a month. And once it's all said and done, your note is $3,500, and you like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's more about how much you want your monthly mortgage to
Yeah.
be, not
Yeah.
necessarily, okay, well, I want a $500,000 house, or I want a $600,000 house. No, how much do you want your monthly, or how much are you paying now, and how much more you think you guys can afford? And that's around the range that you might need to be in.
So what if, like, a husband and a wife, his credit score is 515, and his wife is a millionaire, but he's close to being a millionaire. I mean, and her credit score is like 800 or something. How does that work?
Well, as far as when they're applying for a mortgage, they may have to, based on their credit scores, if a lender can make that work, then they may have to put down a higher down payment, or they might not get all the bells and whistles that someone with a higher credit score would get. It's almost the same way as when you're going to go to the car lot for a car. If your credit is not up to par, you may have to put $5,000 down. And if your credit is up to par, you might can walk away with putting $500 down, or you might not have to put anything down because of your credit score. So that's another thing of why you need to have decent credit, because it's another whole nother ballpark with
And then
down
that
payments.
Also depends on the type of loan. Like, some loans you could have a lower credit score and have the money, the funds. So it just depends on the lender looking at that more in depth to determine that case. Because, you can be a millionaire and the husband might have a low credit score. It depends on the type of loan that they're trying to apply for. But like Nikki said, it's still based off having good credit, because overall, it's going to save you overall. And that $1 million could be $1 billion in 5 years if you got a good credit score and you're managing and saving overall.
Because like you said
aspect.
at the beginning of the show, just because you got money, that doesn't mean nothing.
Right.
Your credit.
Yeah. You can
So-
have more.
Feelings hurt.
So my question is, so if you have a couple, married couple, or whatever, and even if, say, like one of their credit scores is higher than the other, they won't just base it off the person that has the higher credit score. It has to be both of them. Like if she has an 800, like he said, and he and you have a 500.
Yeah. Oh, I used to have that. I used to have that.
I would think that they would base it off like the wife's score. Say if she had an 800, they don't do that, or they look at both of them collectively. Like, how do they do that?
And it's really different circumstances, but sometimes he cannot even be on the loan if his credit score is not where it can be at. He will still be on like the paperwork, but he won't be able to be on that loan.
So I'm just gonna
He
get
could
kicked
still be
out.
on the deed because they're married, but he won't.
Right.
He might not even qualify, even if they is married, because of, because of his credit score.
So
but
you
he would
just,
still
so
be.
you just kick me out whenever you get ready.
Well,
I'm just
you're
playing. I'm just playing.
you're
I'm just
on the
playing.
deed.
I know that ain't got nothing to do with
so
you.
you compare this out. No, I'm on the deed.
He said, "Well, ain't. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I'm
just
on the
playing."
deed.
Yeah.
You might not be on the loan, but you're still on the
Yeah.
deed. Yeah,
And
you
that's
still
okay.
have to be at the
Yeah.
signing table.
Of course.
Yes.
And that's true. And then some circumstances, you just have to work on your credit.
Yep.
If you're
Yeah.
trying
I was
to
gonna say
use
that,
both
yeah.
incomes to get what you want.
Correct.
That income of the wife might not be sufficient or enough for
Yeah.
you to try to get the home. So both incomes must come together. So that means both credits is going to be looked at. So in some
Wow.
cases, you have to get that credit up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even as the primary buyer or the co-buyer, sometimes both of y'all have to have credit.
Yeah.
If you're trying to, especially if you don't you're not making the amount of money
And need
for the
both
home
incomes,
you want.
yeah.
That
Or you
income.
making the amount of money that you thought you was making?
Yeah. So
That's a whole nother fish right there. You're like,
Right.
okay, you thought you was making it, but you really
Right.
not.
It's a
Yeah.
humbling
So-
experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I done been there. I've been there. So, how can they get in touch with y'all again?
Oh, you can reach out to me on Facebook. It's Nikki Island. Instagram, Nikki_ is my realtor. You can email me, Nikki_ is my realtor at yahoo.com, or you can call me at 214-560-1008.
again, Sharonda Reed Smith on Facebook and Instagram, connect_credit. Info at connectcreditconsultants.com is my email address. The 1-800 number is 1-800-988-8981. Website, www.connectcreditconsultants.com.
Cool. Sweet. You got some more questions, Miss Regina?
No, I think she gave us a lot of
Man, that was
information.
a lot of information, a lot of nuggets.
And I really with Ricky, because I have older kids. I have a 36-year-old, a 34-year-old, and then I have the 18-year-old. So they already know. They need to be at a certain level. They need to fix their credit score. I just looking at him because he's going to college next year. So I just wanted to make sure. So that was good information.
And see, that was years ago with my oldest daughter. Her mom, she would tell me, and this was when I was out there in the street selling drugs and all kinds of stuff, and I did not have credit. Well, you just don't have credit. I'm like, well, how do you get it? Well, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I got this money.
Money.
I got this money.
I got this
I'm finna go ahead and get what I want.
Yes.
If it costs 50, I'm finna get it. And it just wasn't
cash
working
is
for me.
king,
Yeah.
credit
It just
is
wasn't
power.
working for me. And I found out later on in life that ain't good enough. I'm serious. I found out a lot of that later on in life. You can have cash, all the money in your world, bags, so to speak, whatever, however you want to call that. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. Can one of y'all elaborate, man? Both of y'all. Why is it not good enough? Yeah, why is it not good enough? Oh, it's coming. I'm really gonna put you on the spot.
Why is it not good?
Why is it
enough?
not good enough? Just cash money. I mean,
No, that's a good question.
It is a
a lot
good
of these
question.
rappers that have all this money,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Why is it not good enough?
Yeah, why is it not good enough? I mean,
Yeah. Like she said, the rappers are celebrities. They got money, so
Yeah.
in the realistic world, you got to have credit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
You can get around with like cash
Cash,
money
yeah.
millionaire, but when
Mm-hmm.
you start to maneuver and get to levels to where you trying to businesses and open up generational
That's what I
invest
wanted to hear.
in investment properties. That cash, they're gonna look at that credit. I don't care how much
you
cash you
wanna
got.
see
The
someone-
bank wants to
Exactly.
see
You want to
that
see the
credit.
history. That
Exactly.
good payment
That
history, and that
history.
you're
Exactly.
reliable, that you're, that
Exactly.
they'll
because
lend you
that
that
cash
money.
can go.
Yeah.
That cash can be gone the next day. You know?
Exactly.
Where did that cash come from?
Yeah, where did that cash come from? Is that good cash or bad
Yeah,
cash?
exactly.
Exactly.
But that credit ain't going nowhere. I mean,
Exactly,
good
because-
credit is gonna be good credit. And so
Exactly,
you
because
need
they
it.
want it. If you go to these lenders, or either if you trying to invest in a business, get in the business, they want to see your dividends.
Yeah.
They want to
wanna
look
see
at your
your
bank
history.
account.
Yeah.
They
How
want
you
to see your
managing
bank
your-
account.
Yeah.
If your bank account
Definitely.
you got $2, but this one over here got XYZ
Yeah.
over $1 million, you need to show them that one.
Yeah.
Right, right,
Show 'em that.
right.
Don't show them that $2 bank account. Don't show them that now.
Yeah.
But
Right,
that's awesome.
right.
But that's good information. Go ahead, Miss Nikki.
No, I'm just picking back on what you guys said. They want to see that history, that
Yeah.
credibility. They want to make sure that we can loan you this money and you got a history of paying it back. And with the
Right.
cash, we don't know where you got that cash
Where it
from,
come
or if you just got that bag today. Did you rob somebody for that? Or even if you're
Exactly.
paying cash for something, you don't know if that person is
Exactly.
trustworthy enough to even continue to make those payments.
Yeah.
So with the
Exactly.
credit, you're able to basically look at the history and see that, okay, this person has been paying on
Right.
things for years. they're trustworthy. They
not a
can do this.
risk.
Exactly.
Right.
They're not a high risk.
They're not a
exactly.
high risk.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, you could
So
have.
now come on.
Somebody could have.
Come
Yeah,
on,
that
back
money
here.
could have been passed on. to
That's
you.
what I was going to
Right,
ask. What is
shoulda.
high risk?
Yes. High risk. Yeah, high risk could be, like you said, you could have the cash, but you could be high risk for the credit. So the credit just basically, you have to have credit. Because high risk goes back to your credit score and your credit profile. So looking at $1 million and then you look at your credit and you late on all your credit cards, or you got a repossession, or you bankruptcy, or tax lien judgments. And so, they're like, this cash could have been given to her, or she could have hit the lottery or
Exactly.
something. But
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
can blow that the next day. But your history, your credit score, your payment history, that's
Gotcha.
gets
Gotcha.
more in depth of you and your responsibilities. So you're not a risk. And we can look at that and see you're paying your bills on time. And managing
Pay
your
your
credit
bills on
cards.
time.
Yes.
Pay your bills.
Pay your bills
That's
on
not
time.
sexy credit. That's not that's not cute at all. That's not cute at all. That is not sexy. That's not
Yes.
pretty.
Just
No.
pay your bill.
Just pay your
Pay your
bills.
bills. That's
On
number
time.
one.
Pay
On
your
time.
bills.
That's
On time.
Yes.
Pay your bills.
Yes.
I have two more questions. We getting ready to close out. Did you have something else before we close out?
No, I was just going to just make sure before
finna
we
put y'all on
close
the
that
spot.
they always putting people on the
I'm
spot.
finna do it. I'm letting you know. I'm finna do it. I'm finna do it.
It's like, get ready. Get
Tell you,
ready.
I'm finna do it.
Oh, you make
Before we close, I just wanted them just to give the information of how people can get in contact with them, because this is good information.
Yeah, for real.
So that's all. But you can.
Y'all give your information again.
Sharonda Reeves Smith on Facebook, Instagram, connect_credit. Email address, info@connectcreditconsultants.com. Website, www.connectcreditconsultants.com. Business number, 1-800-988-8981.
Nikki Island on Facebook, Instagram. Nikki_ is my realtor. Email me at Nikki_is_my realtor@yahoo.com, or you can call me at 214-560-1008.
So let me ask you this, because I'm gonna ask y'all two different questions. So I'm gonna start with you first, Sharonda, since you like to talk. So since you like to talk, since you like to talk, the little nervous that you did have is gone. It's gone. So what would you tell a young man that simply think that he just got it together, that he's a handsome young man, he has a nice vehicle, his bank account looks pretty nice, he has a lot of nice things going for him, but his credit ain't where it needs to be? What would you tell him, and then he just think all the women want him? Because some of these fellas out here that's like that.
Yeah.
Some of them out here that's
yeah.
like that. Now,
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. I made a joke about that a while back. And I said, if I knew what I knew back in the day when I was in my dating years of phases, I would not ask the guy for his number. I'm going to ask him for his credit score. I'm going to let me see your credit score. I don't want your phone number.
For
I
real,
want
for
your
real.
credit score, because that tells me a lot about his security, his stability, his responsibility. His
find out
confidence.
if you pay bills.
He pay bills on time. Yeah, we ain't gonna get put out. We ain't gonna get
If we
put
ain't gonna
out.
put
Our
in,
car ain't gonna
exactly.
get picked
Yeah,
up.
y'all go to the
Repossessed.
restaurant, the car still gonna be there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go out. We not looking at who gonna pay for this. So, you
Yeah.
know, credit cards. So in that day, if I would have known, but this day and time,
That's still a good question.
That's
I would
It
still
is.
a
ask that.
question. Because it just depends on the person. Because I don't know. I've been there.
Because y'all are real grown. Y'all are like real grown women, and the look, the outer appearance, y'all past that.
And I have done that.
If y'all done that, y'all be like, boy, whatever.
But I have been in that situation, and I've helped that person that was connected to me. So once you do this as a passion, and you get involved with somebody, you try to help them.
Yeah.
You can help them. So I did. I helped that person get from a 400 to now 700.
So look,
that was connected to me.
So look,
So
that ain't
that ain't it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay,
just,
what else you
yeah.
got?
You
I
got
look
to
past
come
that
more. Yeah, gotta come more with
Gotta
that.
get-
than
gotta
that.
come more
I
with
look
it there.
past that car. I look past that money. I look
And
past
it's a
that,
lot of guys.
that,
They
that
think
Gucci, that
But
that
that's what
outer
get-
appearance.
That's what
Yeah.
get some of this girl. Not a grown woman, even though some of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not a grown woman. That's not gonna fly. No,
That
I'm
ain't gonna
like,
fly.
no.
Right. No, that ain't gonna fly. That ain't
So,
gonna
Miss
fly.
Nikki, what would you say to a young lady that's trying to date a young man that don't have it together? He don't have it together, but he got the potential to get it together.
Well, as long as
He got
potential goes a very, very long way. And I'm
Sharonda
definitely
rolling her
for.
eyes at you, by the way. I'm just
No,
messing
I'm
with
not.
you. I'm just messing with you.
I think
He said, I'm not.
Yeah,
Potential is
potential to
good.
me, potential goes a
Potential is
long
good.
way. You
Potential's
don't
good.
invest that into everybody or every man you meet. But
Exactly.
if you feel like that's somebody for you and you want to build
Way
with
to
that
work it out.
person,
Correct.
then yeah, you can definitely invest in them and give them the tools and the knowledge. And sometimes you have to keep telling them or drill it into them and
Right.
show them how
Right.
important credit is. And I just feel like in today's age, I know, like sometimes back in the day, like it may used to be, some people offer credit repair for thousands and thousands of dollars. So I
Yeah.
know people don't
Yeah.
just have that sitting around or sometimes, but
Right.
to start working on your credit, like even if you had to put $20, $30 aside to be able to join her program or to join her program, then that's what you need to do,
Yeah.
So I feel like with you, a young lady, if you feel like it's worth, if that person is worth it, then definitely invest in him. And you don't even have to do it with it's not costing you nothing because like you said, he's already, together or whatever, or you already see the potential. So you can let him know, hey, buddy, when you get paid or the little money you got in your pocket, you need to go sign up for credit repair,
Yeah.
so you can get your credit together and just show him, hey, if you trying to be a full grown man,
real.
like, hey, you can be getting houses in your name, you can get your car in your name, you can really like, you want to be a grown man, you want
Yeah.
to be the head of a household, then you just have to like speak it into them and let them know. But sometimes
good
you
stuff.
just got to keep drilling it and drilling
That's
and
good stuff.
drilling it because they're so used to paying with cash or,
Yes.
Right.
or think cash is this and cash is that. Or males sometimes want a quick fix. And to me, honest credit repair is not a quick fix. Like, and I let people know, hey, she's the real deal. It's not an overnight thing though, so you got to be prepared to,
Yeah.
But it's not an overnight thing, but you would definitely see the results that you're looking for, but sometimes they want that quick fix. So you just got to invest in them and let them know because it's not costing you nothing if you already see that potential. Now, if he don't got that potential, he can't, you might have to work with him or make sure he can put aside his checks and stuff where he's able to join the credit repair. But yeah, I definitely think it's worth,
Yeah.
talking to
agree.
and trying to speak it into them,
Okay. One more time before we close out. How can he get in touch with y'all?
Yes.
Facebook, Sharonda Reed Smith. Instagram, connect_credit. Email, email address, info@connectcreditconsultants.com. My website is www.connectcreditconsultants.com. 1-800-988-8981.
Facebook, I'm Nikki Island. On Instagram, Nikki_ is my realtor. Email me at Nikki_is my realtor@yahoo.com, or you can call me at 214-560-1008.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we done, y'all.
Yeah, we are done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
tuning
thank
in
you.
Face to face.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Wake up and smile, 'cause it's been a while. It's been like a whole day since I stopped so you could hold me. This child awaits, strong in the face.